On this episode of Beer, Blues, and BS, we're continuing on with IPA Appreciation Month, and boy, are we going to have a great time. I'm going to talk about a little thing that I've been obsessed with since I was a kid and obsessed with now. What is it? I mean, it's Jaws, man. We're going to talk about Jaws because it's the 50th anniversary of Jaws this summer, so a great time to talk about it. Maybe not as in depth, but it's going to be interesting. Besides that, more shenanigans with IPA Appreciation Month. And you know what? I'm not going to worry about telling you the rest. Trust me, it'll be good. You are in for a good time. And why? Because, you know, when you're here, you're in a good place. Welcome to the show.
It's Howard Blues and V. Mark Kidder. Pour a cold beverage, pull up a seat, enjoy time with friends.
Triple B! Well, the Triple B sucks. Okay? Come on.
Whatever, man. This is Beer, Blues, and BS. Online at beerbluesbs.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Beer, Blues, and BS, the podcast that's, you know, if it were an IPA, it'd be like Star Wars, but if it were Star Trek. Anyway, I am your host, the living embodiment of Charlie Brown, Howard Blues, here, as always, with my co-host, the man, the myth, the legend, the Mark Kidder. Kidder! How you doing this night?
Well, Howard, I'm not too bad. Just got off the shuttle here. So, hey, my dilithium's tired, you know what I mean? Ready to have another drink or two, scanning for tachyons and all kinds of things in Las Vegas and things. So, yeah, we're here. We're going to do it again. Let's get to it. We have other people we need to introduce. Or do you want to start with the drinky drink first?
You know, it's one of those things. Last week hit me hard. It's still hitting me hard. But we should probably start with the whole combination of, hey, here's who's joining us, and here's what they're drinking. And of course, Kidder, it is August, which means it is everybody's favorite month, IPA Appreciation Month. And
I wish you weren't such a heathen.
Listen, I am a glutton for punishment, hence why I invented an entire month that involves me giving you guys beer and then being sworn at in ways that is then going to cause me headaches as I have to edit this show. I mean, we might as well rename IPA Appreciation Month into Howard Punishes Himself for a month.
You deserve it.
Yeah, you do deserve it because that's some bull right there.
And with that, let's introduce people in reverse order from how they showed up last week, because I think I can maybe do this while intoxicated. So that means that we are going to go out and welcome the Triple B Armorer, who may or may not be working with a firearm. I don't know. I'm not going to say because there's a whole YouTube algorithm that already hates us. But it is one and only the Triple B Armorer, JS Gunslinger. JS, what you having and how you doing this evening?
I'm doing wonderful. And yes, I am a trained professional on a licensed range. There we go. I said the things. I'm doing way better than last week because those IPAs are still kicking in. And I got that sound effect. I didn't have to put an alternator in. I just had to put a serpentine belt in, which sucked enough by itself. But you know what? It was better than having to put the flippin' alternator in. So, I'm actually doing pretty good. I am going to be having... Hold on, I gotta rip the tape. I'm going to be having... Where the hell did that go? A beer. Well...
I think this is the first time we've ever lost a beer on the Triple B.
You're going to have to go to someone else, because I seriously lost my beer.
All right. Well, while JS finds his beer, I believe the next to last person who joined us last time. I think it was a person who tends to hide out in bunkers. Although this time he seems to have found a neon arcade, which really makes you question how effective of a hiding spot that really is. But it is none other than the Troll Minister. Although I think I took that title away from him. Teacher Howard will correct me. But anyway, it's Big D. Big D, how you doing? What you drinking? Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. Sun's up. I'm a firm believer that I can hold multiple titles. So, for example, I'm sure a lot of people can hold multiple titles. I'm sure the two of you and Kidder can hold multiple titles, as I am always happy to be back with the Gordon Ramsay and Harley Morgenstein of internet podcasting. And if you're trying to figure out who the hell I'm referencing, think Hell's Kitchen and Epic Mealtime. What am I having this morning? It's been on the show already. I had limited selection in my room. A little protein powder. I got some creatine monohydrate in there also. And yes, I am coming from the neon lit background gaming room, party room, because you assholes were very unkind last week. There's nothing here, hopefully, that you can be quite as unfriendly about, because I do the trolling, damn it. Anyway.
Give us time.
Yeah,
Give us time.
Still good.
I do have to mention that you said that you were firm, so I'm just wondering what kind of other conditions are happening over there.
Hot and humid and moist, like we were talking about in pre-show with that.
So you're firm and moist. Wonderful.
With that 93-degree dew point or temperature and 87-degree dew, which I did not know was even physically possible, but it is. I dug up. You're gonna. Yeah. This will be quick, but I dug up climate records from the past 10 years, and this place has actually hit a dew point of 98 degrees, and it wasn't like middle of the night. It was like 4 p.m. No, horrible.
I was going to say it's usually pretty quick when it's that moist and you slip right into that.
I was just going to say, I know it didn't come across because Google edits background noise, but somebody's street racing outside my house.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. Sometimes. Anyway, that is Big D. I'm not going to make him rate his protein smoothie because that's just weird for a show that's supposed to be about beer.
Creatine rage.
Yeah, so let's hop on over to the person who normally is providing us tech support, but apparently is still on a work call providing tech support to his actual, people who pay him. But that's one local geek, and I don't know if he's drinking because he's also working. But local geek, how you doing? What you having?
Yeah, why not? I'm backing up my coworkers, so I did reach into the old cooler and grabbed a session IPA. It's the 4 6s Grit and Glory. Figured I'd grab one that was a little lower alcohol this time around. So,
all right. If you want Big D, local geek, I was choosing the same thing, so I can read that off for you. And if you want to hop in with your rating, since I know you're also working.
That does not taste like an IPA. That's actually pretty darn good.
Yeah, this is the 4 6s Grit and Glory, an authentic craft beer, hazy session IPA, easy drinking IPA with notes of citrus and pineapple. It is 4.8% alcohol by volume, 12 floral ounces. And if you know,
floral ounces.
I mean, I've been drinking. Let's just face it. This is how it goes. If you're a fan of the TV show Yellowstone, then you know who the 4 6s are. So this is tied in to that show. So Local Geek gave it a quick rating. This was what I was having right off the bat, so I'm hopping in.
Yeah, I'm going to give it like a 3.5. It's actually really good. It tastes, I can't see the color in the can, but it tastes like a black IPA. So it's got some roasted grains in it, I'm guessing. But yeah, it's really good. It's probably my favorite IPA I've had.
I don't know if it's because of the amount of alcohol I have been drinking, but it tastes very watery to me. But I am coming off of a double, so I might have to do a palate cleanser at some point and give it a full. So I'm going to hold off on rating it for the moment, but it's not bad. It's not as hoppy as some of the stuff that we have had on this show so far this glorious month. And with that, that's going to take us all the way down south of here. And returning for a second week in a row. That's right. He's back after a long absence, and he's making it 2 weeks in a row. It's none other than Brother Niko. Brother Niko, how you doing? What you having?
Hello, I am good. Thank you again for having me back. Continuing on from last week, straight out of Mariloma, California, I'm having a Minute Maid spiked vodka punch, no fizz, a berry punch. Again, 5% alcohol by volume, vodka with natural flavors, certified color and artificial sweeteners. It does contain 3% lime juice, and the picture indicates 2 different colors of strawberries on it. So, yeah, I guess it'll taste like strawberries of 2 different varieties. Let's go. It is a nice muted red color, nearly purple. And that is delicious. Again, it tastes like juice. And no alcohol burn to speak of. Maybe a hint of vodka in there that you can taste, but otherwise it is a very smooth sipper and goes down easy. Just like Big D.
I was waiting for it.
And with that, hey, JS, did you find that beer?
Unfortunately. I found an ice cold. I left it in the freezer. That's where it was. Laughing Son, feast like a sultan, and I swear, if this tastes like tractor beer, you're getting a juiced. 6.8% alcohol by volume. It is an India Pale Ale with citrus, passion fruit, and Christmas tree. Drink North Dakota craft beer. The sun doesn't question. It doesn't judge. It simply gives life. Laughing Sun is our beer and your beer. Local brewery, local ingredients, growing community. Take Laughing Sun with you as long as it doesn't taste like ass.
Hell of a motto.
You
Mr. Falcon.
No, God, that's terrible. Oh, son of a. Oh. You know,
Like the fork is done.
you were doing good last week, and then you give me this water, and
Mr. Falcon.
You're welcome.
Classic Howard.
Yes.
Maybe I could get away with like 3 2.5s in a row, but no, I've got like a -4 because this is straight Christmas tree, you son of a.
What I always feel sad is like I try to pick like one local IPA to like, hey, you're a North Dakota company, we're a North Dakota podcast. Maybe we should work out together, and it goes poorly every time.
So North Dakota should stop making IPAs because they are not good at it.
You got to pick up the Stoop Dog from Dialectic, Howard. That one's actually a really good black IPA.
Oh, that means I have to go over to Mandan.
What's wrong with Mandan?
Nothing's wrong with Mandan. You know, it's better than Lincoln.
I mean,
For the record, they mean North Dakota, not Nebraska.
I don't even want to finish this.
It's time
What
for
did you
another
bring
mag
me?
dump.
Ah, damn.
There's still so much more IPA Appreciation Month to go. I
Negative
appreciate
4.
the IPA because this is hilarious to watch you freak out.
-4. You son of a -4. This sucks. Kidder, don't drink this. It's almost as bad as tractor beer.
You know, the interesting thing about IPA Appreciation Month is it always lines up with the con. So it means that poor Kidder is over there hearing all of these descriptions and going, I don't want to drink any of this, knowing that he's got to come back and drink all of this. And with that, Kidder, what you having?
I don't specifically have to drink any of them because, there's technology. I'm going to start out with my son, Cody Raholes, coming down the rang with a little American vodka right here, the Wheatley vodka. Straight there with the son, Cody Rhodes, sponsor Cody Rhodes. It's craft distilled and everything so sweet. Government warning, 41% alcohol by volume. It's 82 proof, 50 milliliters in this little guy. And this is made by Buffalo Trace Distillery. 113 Great Buffalo Trace, Frankfort, Kentucky. 40601, American made, distilled from grain. Apparently he doesn't want to open.
Use your teeth.
Yeah, his.
And that's how Mark went to a dentist in Vegas this year.
All right.
American
That's not the
made.
crown that I wanted to get down here.
Yeah.
Built strong to keep the Canadians out.
Well, we'll come back to this. Because it's like right there, but just doesn't want to go that extra quarter inch.
I remember my first time opening a little whiskey bottle.
Yeah, it was last week in the Big D Business Center.
Big D's just like, yes, I control back. Struggle, Peter, struggle.
Pizza to wash this water out of my mouth.
Yeah, there we go. You just gotta rock it back and forth, kind of like one of the Big D business cleaners. Nice vodka, clean alcohol scent off of the top of this thing. Yeah, that's vodka. Very crisp. And then you get the little bit of vodka aftertaste and the alcohol. Since I'm here, yeah, I'll interrupt whoever's talking in a couple minutes. So carry on. Howard, who's next? If I had to give this a rating, it's actually pretty good for a vodka, just straight up vodka. So I actually give this over a 4.1 and 8 halves.
I think that we've made it through everybody. So, it's the time that we could talk about a topic, a thing of interest,
Hey, Star Trek's going on. I do have something pretty sweet that I didn't share last week. Another convention exclusive, the con, and that with Voyager's 30th anniversary, a limited edition Voyager pin, and it's the skyline of Vegas in the silhouette top-down view of Voyager.
Very nice.
So that's pretty key. Pretty key. And then also last week I mentioned the bottle stoppers for wine bottles.
Ooh.
There you go. And this year got one with the Delta on it. And I agree with JS. And then the last piece of it before I turn it over to JS is I got a couple strips of gold press latinum. So I'm going to buy my way out of ever having to do an IPA Appreciation Month. So
It doesn't work that way. Doesn't work.
I didn't say I had to.
How we can't be bought.
Hi.
Somebody's getting paid off.
I mean, listen, this is fun. This is team building. This is every. I mean, wouldn't you all like it if your work said, "Hey, we're going to do a team building exercise. It's called IPA Appreciation Month. Enjoy."
We did some team building bullshit out here about a week and a half ago. The IPA Appreciation Month absolutely would have been preferable.
Oh, look, my phone's about to die. I might not have to finish drink.
I'm just
And
waiting
it just
for.
so happens fireworks are going off on the north end of the strip up by the Circa because, down with IPAs.
I'm not gonna lie. There's a part of me that wants to bring, because with purchasing some of the IPAs, I tried to buy as many 4-packs as I could, but there were some spots where I had to buy a 6-pack. I want to take all the extras and just bring it to JS so that he can just shoot the box full of IPAs and just because to me it's a great video of him just going nope.
It will absolutely shoot the out of whatever IPA you bring me.
Because that just seems like something that would tie into this. So maybe next year. We'll see. I don't know. And maybe when I edit this and I remember it. I have something to chat.
And I'll throw them up in the air and shoot them out of the air.
There we go. See, we could just do a fun IPA appreciation kind of video. Gentlemen, I'll share this because it's at least something interesting, and I want to share it so that people know. I've been on this retro movie kick. It started when my wife and kids went out to the family lake cabin, and I was left here unsupervised. So I started watching old movies that I used to love watching as a kid, and I've been working my way through all 4 of the Jaws movies, although I might skip Jaws 4 because nobody likes Jaws 4. But here's the interesting thing. I was so surprised that this happened, and my wife laughed at me because I geeked out about this. Growing up, watching Jaws, I always loved Jaws 1 and I loved Jaws 3. But if you know Jaws 3 was actually filmed and meant to be Jaws 3D. And you would go to the theater and you get those little dinky paper, it's like cardboard 3D glasses so that you could watch it, that has the red lens and the blue lens. And having watched all the Jaws movies many times, I never really realized that Jaws was 3D until I was older. And then at that point, you don't really see Jaws 3D because most TVs couldn't handle it. So it just became Jaws 3, which then had some weird resolution issues because they took the 3D tech and kind of just tried to make it normal. So I was watching. I got to Jaws 3 on Netflix. I guarantee there's a point to this. And I was so surprised. I was watching it. I got to the credits, and the credit popped up, and it was Jaws 3D. I'm like, no, it can't actually be the 3D version of it. I'm just watching this on Netflix. Surely it's just Jaws 3. I went. Luckily, back in the PS1 days, one of my favorite video games of all time is Sly Cooper and the Sly Cooper series. And in Sly Cooper 3, they had 3D levels where you actually had to don the cardboard glasses with the filters to do it. And I knew at that time, because I loved Sly Cooper, like, I need something better than these. So I had actually taken and purchased some professional 3D glasses so that I could always play Sly Cooper 3. So I went and found these things, and I turned on, went back, started at the beginning of the movie. It is actually Jaws 3D. So I was sitting there watching Jaws 3D, which I have never gotten to see in actual 3D. It's always been in the TV version. Watching this, and Jaws 3D, well, I view it as probably the second best Jaws film. I understand that most of the true Jaws fans will say it's like the third, because the Jaws series just literally goes downhill. And I just was sitting there just in awe, even though the 3D like effects on it are so cheesy and stupid. I was just like, I am finally getting to see this movie in 3D. And my wife came down and saw me wearing these glasses and just staring at the screen, and she's just like, you look ridiculous. I'm like, this is like awesome. 10-year-old Howard Blues is like, finally I get to see this movie the way it was always meant to be seen. So, fun fact, if you have a Netflix account and a pair of 3D glasses, you too can watch Jaws in its full 3D as it was meant to be version. So I wanted to share that, get that out there. Enjoy, as cheesy and as stupid as some of those graphics are. It's all there. And I have been ranting and raving about this far too often. And also, while wearing this, I now really want to try and paint a miniature while wearing these things. That would be weird and challenging. Next painting challenge.
That going badly.
What was that?
I see that going badly.
I mean, it will go something. Also, you should not wear 3D glasses after being highly intoxicated. That was trippy as all hell.
Mm-hmm. That beer was terrible.
You're welcome. Anyway, that was it. I just really wanted to geek out about Jaws, because one of my favorite movies of all time. Yeah.
Gonna need a bigger boat.
That's it's one of the most misquoted lines, because people always quote it as "you're going to need a bigger boat," and the actual line is "we're going to need a bigger boat."
It's like I am your father
I'm
misquote.
gonna need a bigger something, but it ain't a boat.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, starting watching like Jaws again, like at work, I have been listening to all sorts of Jaws video essays and things like that. Like, I am just like fully consumed by like, this movie was awesome. Its sequels were terrible, but it's it's Jaws, and I have reverted back to like 8 and 10-year-old Howard Blues who just loved these movies for what they were. Of course, I still have Jaws 4 to watch, and that one is legitimately terrible.
Oh, I had to work so hard today. We watched Jaws 3.
I mean, if you've never seen Jaws 4, and I'll come back to Jaws 3. Jaws 4 is just terrible, because that's the one that has like the weird, like, the shark is out to get our family plot line. like there actually was in one of the versions of the script, like it was a whole thing of like some voodoo witch doctor had it out for the Brody family and had basically mind controlled a shark to basically hunt them down and kill them. And that was
Seems like a ballad to me.
Yeah, it is. It is just a terrible movie. Jaws 3, on the other hand, I at least enjoyed because it's the whole idea of what if Jaws like managed to get into a SeaWorld park, and it's like, okay, that's at least interesting. So
Yeah. The ultimate question is, do you have the Lego set?
I do not, but I'm not going to lie. I've been very tempted over the past couple of weeks to go out and get it. I may have downloaded off the internet because you can find it. Another fun fact, the original producers of Jaws, when they got to the third movie, they thought there's nothing really here left for us to do except make fun of the whole Jaws movie. So they actually hired John Hughes, and I forget the other National Lampoon writer, and they actually wrote a script. It's called Jaws 3 People Zero, and it was a National Lampoon parody of their own movie. And supposedly it was hilarious. It was just that the studio's like, not Jaws is one of our sacred cows, so we're not going to make that movie. And I downloaded the script. I haven't read it yet, so that I can sit and read Jaws 3 People Zero, just because I'm like, I have to read this now. It's I'm very curious. So anyway, enough of me rattling on about Jaws, and somebody hopefully has another interesting topic. Maybe, please, anybody?
Start the song here, and we're going to see if it works. This beer.
Ooh, I think we're ready for round 2 there, Howie.
Okay, well, in that case, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to everybody's second favorite segment on the show. And it's not when Howard rants about Jaws. It is What's on Tap, round 2. Drink. Kidder, you flashed the can. It's to you, good sir. What you having? And you're muted, so just so you know.
Yeah, I had to mute for reasons. So basically, I'm gonna pull a big D and get harder over here with Mike's harder lemonade. This is a 23.5 fluid ounce, 1 pint and 7.5 fluid ounces. Make up your mind about how many pints and ounces. It's a premium malt beverage, natural flavors. Manufactured by Mike's Hard Lemonade in Waddell, Arizona. Used under Mike's Hard Lemonade Company. 8% alcohol by volume officially. The premium beverage in flavors. Mike's Hard. Wait, hold on. It says Mike's is hard. So is prison. Don't drink until you're 21. I had to pull a big D and read that again.
Goes so hard.
This is so wicked hard. It's crafted to remove gluten as well, so you can go harder at mikesharder.com. Well, I'm already getting the eye twitch. I haven't even opened the damn thing, so let's give it a rip.
Like it sign.
Give her a rip there, bud.
Wicked crazy. Oh, that's wicked hard. It's wicked hard right there. 8% in this. We're going to get turned about as loud as Howard's volume.
Should make harder or it's 10%.
What's a pirate's favorite version of my
Last question, Howard. Just
harder? Did you just pee in the teepee?
No. No.
Okay. I just wondered. You disappeared for a minute.
I mean, you're not far off. It was more like I started talking about Jaws, and if you noticed, I was going very quickly. I'm like, oh, I really need to pee. All these IPAs have hit me very hard, and so I was trying to get through all of the stuff I wanted to say about Jaws as quickly as I could, so I could take a bathroom break. So as soon as I
Pulling a collective soul, where the river flows.
So
Where the river flows.
Yeah, so I had to run. But I know Kidder was doing it round 2. Anybody else? Anyone?
I think I've
Yes, had a natter
had this
day.
on here before, but it got some. For sake. Starting back on.
Some Perrier.
Yeah. Strawberry flavor. It's subtle. It's tasty. I totally ripped it from the dining hall. Yeah.
Got a Perrier Mason. You solve mysteries now. Anybody over 60 should get that joke.
Yeah, because that's our audience. We're big with the 60-year-olds. They're playing us in all of the senior centers.
All of our parents
I
are
don't want to hear the old
What I
jokes.
should
You
do
were the
is
one
find-
referencing the PS1 not 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, that was like 40 years ago.
I'm old. Let's face it. Although a former high school classmate of Kidder and myself, and the local geek, she always says that she's 26, and I work with her, and so she says this vocally to all of our coworkers. So then I always have to claim I'm 26 because I graduated with her. I know her real age, and it's like I feel like if I mention how old I am, that I break the illusion and out her. So get her on the bright side. We're only 26.
26.
Yeah.
We're mature for our age.
Yes. Anyway, back to what's on tap round 2. I'm not going to have what's on tap round 2 because I look over at the can of what I brought down here. It's another 9%, and I'm like, no.
You should probably have a water.
I can't do that. I'm struggling as is. So
A water?
no, it's another IPA.
No, I said you should have a water. No, not another.
I have been drinking water throughout all of this. Probably not enough. Cheers.
This car is
Rudolph
really
win
angry
again.
at me.
Did it start?
I didn't know that there could be that many warning lights on at one time, but that is all of the warning lights that are on currently.
Turn it off, turn it back on again.
Yeah, I tried that, and that did not work.
Oh.
So
I was about to ask, did you actually start the car? But yeah, I can see your tack, so never mind.
It is.
We're gonna need a bigger Nissan.
Jeebus. That's
Thanks.
redlining.
Thanks everybody for not laughing at that joke. I'll go back.
I'm gonna disconnect the battery again and see if some of these go away because this thing is really mad at me.
Yeah, I
Just
do that.
remember when you plug it back in, that number 1 set the clock to the right time, and number 2 set your number 1 preset to 96.5 the walleye.
You mean that's not the right time? Because I don't think that's the right time.
We're
You know,
almost there
most
for Big D.
Most of these would probably go away if I
8 hours,
if I were to drive this thing, but that's not advisable at this point in time right now. So we're gonna wait till tomorrow.
You're on public property or private property, not on public property. So you
I'm
start whipping.
100%. I am 100% on private property, and there is a cat in my back seat. I just noticed that right now.
Ready to
There's
roll.
a cat in the back seat of the car. I am 100% on private property. However, there's also a table with a bunch of crap behind it, behind the car, and I don't feel like moving it. So, fuck it. I'll do it tomorrow.
There's a kitty at my foot and I want to touch it. Kitty at my foot and I want to touch it.
Kidder, you'll be proud of me. I actually listened to 96.1 The Walleye.
Which
Me too.
Yeah.
0.5 the walleye.
I mean, listen, I
He's
thought I
listening
said
to
it
that
right.
bootleg stream.
Listen, I've been drinking. But I listened. I unfortunately was not during one of the normal hours that you were on, but I did have it on because I didn't have my usual iPod on that or with me that I normally listen to for like the drive home or such, and I was like, screw it, I don't have that. Let's see what's on the walleye. And
Is it an ancient iPod, like a Generation 1?
it's not quite that old. I got one of the last ones they had before they kind of switched everything over to the iPhone. And I have it solely for two things. I have it so that when I travel to my sites, I can listen to my music, and so I can listen to podcasts. And when I mow the lawn. But when that thing dies, I'll be sad.
I have like a Generation 2 iPod. Like, there's no screen, there's no nothing. It's bright pink, and it's filled with every Johnny Cash song ever made. The problem is, when I try and take music off of it, it like wants me to download iTunes and do the iTunes thing, and I don't iTunes, so I'm scared, so I just unplug it. But I still have the music, but I don't know how to get it off the iPod. Maybe if there was a tech guy on this podcast, he could help me get that off.
Phrasing.
You know, I got a question for our tech guy. Unfortunately, I think he's on a work call, so he's not going to be able to help me. Have you guys ever noticed this? I was going to bring this up a couple weeks ago, and I didn't. I was with my family, and we were in the Detroit Lakes area, and I was using a lot of Google Maps to try and get from point A to point B. And even though, like, I would type in, like, here's where I want to go, and I would, like, it would give me my 3 routes, and I would select my route. I'd go, this is the way I want to go. I would start driving, and then it would just decide, like, nope, you're going this way. And it would change the route. And I don't know if this is just a normal thing, if it was just happened with me or such. But have you guys ever had that experience where, like, you've used like Google Maps to try and navigate, and it changes the route on you whatsoever?
So last time I used Google Maps, we went to Fox Lake in Bemidji, and it thought the interstate was closed outside of Fargo because they have a small detour. So it took me on 40 miles of back roads, including gravel and a section line. Google Maps. The last time we went to a wedding last weekend, and that's the reason that I don't have a serpentine belt in this car, is because I had to off-road this through a fucking pond for 3 miles until I came to a cottonwood tree across the goddamn road, and then had to turn around and go back through a field for 3 miles. Google Maps. They can. I'm sick of them. That is how I feel with Google Maps.
That's why I use Waze.
Waze is owned by Google,
I know.
which is funny.
Fox Lake, not only did it fail to recognize that the interstate is open on I-29, but it legitimately led me to a 100% road closed, and it had no idea. Like, nope, you're going this way, but there's a backhoe parked in the middle of that road. Nope, you're going that way.
Did you report the traffic hazard to help other users in your community?
I tried to give it a -5 stars and tell them it was stupid, but that's not an option, apparently.
There was a reference made to this story, and we haven't told it on the podcast, which is surprising. We're like 227 episodes in. Actually, I think that's correct. 227 episodes. And we haven't told this story, but there was a reference made to the "Is that a Kia?" story. And we have Brother Niko on. That's the reason we haven't told this story. Was it was like we have to wait for Brother Niko to tell this story, and I think there's no better time than now to tell the story of "Is that a Kia?" So here's a fun one. And Kidder and Niko, of course, interrupt me as I try to tell this if I miss something. So I lived out in Montana, near Glacier. I lived up in Eureka, Montana, about an hour or so from Glacier. And it was decided that Niko and Kidder would actually come out and visit me, and I would show them the glories of Montana and all that. But neither one of them wanted to drive their own personal vehicle and put that kind of mileage to drive from Grand Forks, North Dakota to Eureka, Montana. We're talking like 16 hours in the car. And so we, the two of them, rented a car so they'd put all the mileage and wear and tear on a rental car instead of their own personal vehicles. And they got a white Kia Optima. And if you're not familiar with Kias, this is really a sedan, you know?
2012.
And we drove out. I took the Amtrak train from Whitefish out to Grand Forks, spent some time with them in Grand Forks, and then we drove this Kia Optima out to Montana. And one of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to take them to Glacier National Park because you're there, you might as well do it. And I was talking to a coworker of mine at the time, and she told me, like, oh, you should take Forest Service Route 144.
No.
And truthfully, like, my personal vehicle at that time was a Chevy Yukon, and could have easily probably handled this. But she told us take route.
It was also July.
It was July. She said, take this, but you might want to look it up because I think they were doing road construction on it. So I look it up on the Forest Service website. It says, Forest Service Route 144 paved. And I'm like, great. It's a paved road. So we decide, let's take the Kia. And this road is paved for maybe like a mile or two.
It was fresh new pavement.
Yeah, it was brand new pavement. It was great.
It's very nice.
But it went from like paved road to like gravel road to like single
logging road.
That's logging road to like single lane. Like you're on the side of a cliff. This is technically a road, but we had to get out and move some things so we had clearance. And we're driving on this road, and we kept running into these like lifted, trucks that had 4-wheel drive and such, and every single one of them, Jeeps, and every single one, like as we came up upon them, the look on their faces told this story, a very simple story of, is that a Kia? What the hell is a Kia doing up here?
It's a
how
rental.
did
We
it
got
get
the
here?
insurance. Don't worry about it.
How did it get here?
I felt so terrible. I believe brother Niko was driving, and so like he's driving on this road. It is literally like rock that is flat. I think we had to get out and clear some stuff, so we had clearance. Cliff off the side, and he's driving it, and you could just tell. I think I was sitting in the backseat. I think you could just tell, like, that Niko was just swearing at me, like, "What the hell, Howard?"
It was very pretty.
I mean, it was gorgeous.
It was absolutely gorgeous, man.
And you can tell we're in the middle of nowhere because we didn't have any radio reception, AM or FM.
We didn't have
And the
GPS reception.
The GPS went out and the satellite radio went out. Like, we were in the middle of nowhere. I'm like, Howard, this is how we die. And I want you to know this is because of you. When the grizzly bears take over the car and we get burned by the wildfire, and then the banjos start screaming in the distance, like, this one's on you, Howard.
Yeah. And then I followed it up with probably the second worst mistake I made that entire trip. Because we made our way all the way up to Logan Pass. We eventually made it to Glacier. We made it up to Logan Pass. We drove around that parking lot forever to find a parking spot because Logan Pass sucks. Take the shuttle. The shuttle bus. It's wonderful. Take that. Don't ever just drive up to Logan Pass. Go to Logan Pass. There was a hiking trail to the Hidden Lake Overlook. It's all of a half a mile, but it's like 500 just like straight up to get there.
Yeah.
Very short lateral distance.
Yeah.
Just a couple more steps, guys. It's right over this, past this rock. This other rock I can't see the rock, but it's up there. We're almost there. I climbed this like a year ago. It's not that far.
Yeah, Kidder is hinting at it. There's a lot of like false finishes to that trail, and so I felt like I was trying to motivate him out. Oh, it's not that far. It's just up there. It's just, and I have never gone hiking with some folks who I felt very much wanted to throw me off the cliff as I did that time. I was clearly the asshole on that trip. I'm just going to say it.
No, it's just right. It's coming up here, guys. Oh, there's some angry goats that are coming up to us. Holy
Hey, I mean, that was awesome. We did get like within 10 feet of mountain goats. It was kind of cool in that sense. However, I was pretty sure Niko was just ready to throw me off the nearest cliff because I kept hearing that. Oh, it's just up there. We only got a little bit further.
Yeah, we're going to find the lake. And when we find this lake, Howard's going in the lake with his dingleberries.
It serves him right.
I will totally admit that like I was a terrible guide that day. So my
this
bad.
was also the same day or the day after we went to another couple of key scenic areas that Howard. I think it was the day after, including an overlook and an area where there's this big old wooden bridge over the river, and it's a nice scenic area. And we get out of the car and we're walking up to it. And of course, it's July and unseasonably hot for that time of the year for that area. It's about 90 degrees, which normally would only be in the upper 70s at most. And we're walking along. And right up by Niko. He's like, no, what the hell? And right in the side of the thigh. I got you, you son of a. Niko, go damn it.
Be
You're a
the
loss
leg.
for some straight in the side of the leg.
Yeah.
Mind you, we're probably 15, 20-minute hike to the car, and I have never been stung by a bee before. So I don't know if I needed an EpiPen or not.
I listen, I will admit I was pretty downright terrible to you guys on that trip. I'm sorry.
There was no bug spray. There was no like watering hole. There was no elevator.
You didn't tell me there'd be nature.
Yeah, middle of nowhere. Where the nature come from?
I will say, in my defense, we did do some fun things on this trip. Like,
absolutely.
I know we're begging me, but my good
Sushi.
friend up there, Rick, he took us out shooting. So we got to do some of that. We played one of the golf courses in Eureka, which was completely a par 3 golf course. So all the holes were par 3, which
skirt rules apply.
Beating rain.
Yeah, I was just about to say, but now that I think about it, that's the one that started to rain on us. Way up through.
Well, if it's a par 3 for normal people, it's like a par 12 for me. So
Right.
So
And we play with the skirt rule, JS.
Yes.
And so you don't know until you know, and we're gonna have to go golfing, and then, my friend, you will know.
All right. Well, if we go golfing, I'm bringing the golf ball cannon, and they're probably going to call the cops because it's pretty loud. But I can drive like 800 yards with that thing. So
The gloriousness of a golf ball cannon under New Salem's Sioux.
Yeah.
Truthfully, I don't know that JS would have as many problems with the skirt rule, being that he normally wears a tactical kilt. For those who don't know this was a rule I picked up from my dad back when he used to golf with friends of his, and it basically goes, if you don't on your drive, if you don't get the ball past the women's tee, you have to wear a skirt for the rest of the hole. And I'm pretty sure amongst our group of golfing buddies who were not the greatest golfers, I think I ended up wearing the skirt more than anybody. But I do have a blue floral skirt in my golf bag just for those such situations.
And I believe that was from the Grand Forks YMCA thrift store.
It was a
Salvation Army thrift store, not the YMCA. The Salvation Army thrift store from Grand Forks.
Yes. If you're gonna play with the skirt rules, you got to make sure it's got plenty of elastic in it, so that it all
give
people who have to wear it. Depending on how Future Howard feels, he may or may not put pictures of this up. But it's one of the rules we played with, and I saw that skirt.
Yeah, Howie in a skirt is not a mental image that I really wanted right now.
Listen, that skirt saved me because we one time were golfing and I took a swing and it ripped my pants all the way down, and so you either got to see Howie in his underwear for the rest of the course, or it was what I did. I wore the skirt the entire rest of the course because that seemed like the more decent option.
He had some good air conditioning that day.
I have self-dignity, so I'd have just wore the Speedo and not wore the skirt. Whatever.
JS, if it makes you feel any better, I was stone sober at the time, so this was not like, hey, Howard has had
zero drinking involved.
Yeah,
zero.
I wear a skirt frequently in public to large events with thousands of people at them.
It's a kilt, not a skirt.
Exactly.
Well, you are correct. It is a custom handmade tactical kilt. It is a hybrid, and I wear it frequently. I also have now obtained a puffy shirt and a twill vest to go with it. and it's gonna be pretty awesome. So, one of the shows has a Bridgerton masquerade party, and it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. So, hey, we finally got to tell some stories that have kind of been meant to be told for like the entire history of this show.
Yeah. I mean, if any of you are going to Las Vegas next week for the Super Zoo grooming dog grooming convention, let's make that clear. It is for dog grooming. Look for the guy in the kilt, because I will be the only one there.
And hey, on that piece of advice, that news, and the fact that it's late, and Howard is actually kind of sobering up. Kidder, we've been talking for quite a while. It's time we wrap this show up. Do that. We need some cheap plugs so we can pay the bills.
Wait, what?
I'm ending the show.
I know that, but I'm just wondering how we're paying bills.
We're not. I'm just trying to be hopeful and will it into existence.
Very, very good. Yes. So as little as $1 a month, you can help all of us because we're very thirsty and we're very poor. Yes, I know I'm in Las Vegas and everything is egregiously priced, but when you pay everything and schedule everything over a 6-month pre-period and a 6-month post-period in an ever and never-ending cycle, I mean, you sort of can pay it off with, money. So we want you to help us. So please go to streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs and little as $1 a month, $1 a month, and you can help us drink more beer and keep this show afloat and on all the places. That would be awesome. Plus, liking us on Facebook and Instagram and every other place in the audio universe. And on YouTube, subscribe for free. Hit the notification bell, and then you can watch this episode right away. Click that thumbs up, because that's what we need to help to try and break the algorithm. We need your thumbs up. Share it everywhere. Please help us, because by helping us, we're helping you get to all of the people. And we'd love to be able to do that. So again, I mentioned Facebook and Instagram. Like us there. Our website's beerbluesbs.com, right here at the bottom of the screen, or in the show notes. You just click on that link right there and help us out every day, every way, if you will. And aside from that, how about Spotify, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Player FM, IMDb, and Bravo? I mean, I'm sure we're on IMDb. I don't know. Amazon Podcasts, Google Podcasts. We're everywhere. We're like, whatever. I know I'm on IMDb, but that's a whole other story, and we would have to tell that story if we had Patrick on the show. But he's not on the show. So, yeah, IMDb. If you can find me, then you found me. Let's see. What do we got? Pandora, I said that. Spotify, I said that. iHeartRadio, I said that. Amazon, Google, Apple. The podcasts, just search for Beer Blues and BS, and then click the sub button. It'll help us get to more people. And we thank you for all of that and more. Aside from that, well, buy stuff, because we get money when you buy stuff. T-shirts, pint glasses, shower curtains. I'm sure there's more. Swimsuits, I think. You can get Big D's face in your junk. Beer Blues BS almost broke Howard there. He had to take a second to just take a quick breath. I'm pretty sure that you can get
face right on the front.
Yeah, it's Big D eating your cookie.
Yes, there you go. Now you have it.
It's not an Oreo ice cream sandwich anymore. It's your cookie.
You need to order a man thong with that on the front of it.
So you can take that cookie and stick it up your hey! Stick it up your hey! Anyway. I needed another drink for that. Okay. I mentioned the places, buy stuff, help us out. We get some money from that stuff. And sharing is caring. You're wearing our t-shirts around. People see it. I got Triple B merch down here, in fact, showing all the people. And so we might get 1 or 2 more views. Please. Yeah, just like, share, and subscribe. Smash that sub button, bro. Okay. That's enough of that. Howard.
Yes.
You have a thought that you'd like to share?
I do. I do have a thought. So, allow me.
Oh boy.
To share.
Go for
Well,
it.
folks, we've come to the end of another Beer Blues NBS. As we sign off, I'm reminded of something Captain Kirk once said. There's an odd saying: to be a good cook, you have to be able to taste. Glad I've already got counter face palming. Anyway, to be a good cook, you have to be able to taste. And that's really what we're all about here, isn't it? We've tasted some great beers, savored some incredible blues, and hopefully shared some BS that's been more insightful than irritating. I can't guarantee that because Big D was on the show. This month, with it being IPA Appreciation Month, we've explored the bold and bitter and the beautiful. We've seen that not all IPAs are created equal, just as not all journeys are the same. Some are hazy and fruity, a gentle ride through the galaxy. Others are sharp, hoppy, and challenging.
Like a wheel in the sky?
No, like a Klingon battle cruiser in a glass.
Oof.
But like
it's getting zapped by Beeger? What the hell?
But life, as we know it, isn't always a smooth sail through the Delta Quadrant. Sometimes you're going to feel like you've just been thrown into the water, and there's a bigger, badder shark circling than anything in Amity Island. When that happens, remember this. Don't panic. Take a deep breath. Find your Quint, your Brody, your Hooper. Find your friends who will stand with you against the unknown. And if you're lucky, they'll have a session IPA on hand to help you steady your nerves.
I'm glad that the word play is in there because that was something else.
Oh, I still got a paragraph. So,
oh my God.
Make it stop!
Oh, what?
I don't know how 4 paragraphs is pithy. I said, hey, give me a final thought that's short and pithy. This is 4 paragraphs. Anyway, so as we say goodnight, my final thought is this: embrace the journey, toast the good times, learn from the bad, and always remember that even in the darkest of waters, and even with the hoppiest of brews, there's a way to find your way back to the shore. Or, at the very least, back to a good beer, a soulful tune, and a few good friends to share it with. Cheers. You're welcome.
What
Enjoy.
the hell was that?
That's drug Howard reading an AI generated
ChatGPT's ass right now.
Howard, AI brought up that session IPA. You haven't given it a score yet.
That's true. I think it's
You have to ask. You can't afford it.
I think it's a 2. It just tastes very watery to me. I'm not really impressed with this.
That local beer tasted like dog.
And you drank it, and
You have a frame of reference. You deal with dogs.
It was terrible. That is almost worse than tractor beer.
Hey, it could be this year's tractor beer.
Yeah, very much so. I'm waiting for Kidder to taste it, take one drink, spit it out, and then throw the can in the garbage.
Highly plausible. I could happen.
All right.
Okay.
Anyway, that was my final thoughts. So whoever you want to call on next.
I
Good luck
almost
following
wanna
that.
end the show there because you took like everybody's final thought.
Ditto.
That was long.
Yeah. Okay, JS, since it just lit you up, what lit final thought do you have?
Oh, when you're old, sleep is good, but I have not had enough sleep, and I'm tired and half drunk from said IPAs, and I just want to go to bed.
Okay, that's excellent wisdom. I saw some applause. I resemble that sentiment as well. So, since Big D's sitting there in the theater of gaming obscurity with some tantalizing candy cane and perhaps cotton candy clouds waving wispily above his head, what do you have to say?
In keeping with the whole
1,000? Right in that corner off your left shoulder. I mean, it's a glowing wiener washer.
You guys suck.
Wash your wiener with style. Lots of
We keep it
coming
classy
off
over
of
the
that,
Big D
too.
Business Center. So in keeping with the whole, Trek theme, I'm just going to throw out, a quote that I'm going to modify from, I will append to it from Captain Jean-Luc Picard. What we leave behind is not as important as how we've lived. It's also not as important as how many IPAs there are and how many we can sample and how crazy it makes Kidder and JS, and how much you need to just keep sampling them all because they are wonderful magical beverages. I'm inspired by that quote. I inspired myself. I know I inspired you all, but the fact that the daggers come out of your eyes, go right through the computer and pierce me right through the heart. That's okay. That's okay. I know you're in denial.
Just like a Mirror Universe episode. And Big D Business Center, especially with that special cleaner back there, 5 out of 5 would come again. Brother Niko, final thoughts for you.
Get your pet spayed or neutered.
Thanks, Bob.
Yes.
Please do.
And don't breed any more doodles.
Yeah, no more doodles. Stop doodling your doodle. Local Geek, I saw you unmute for a second. You have something iffy to say?
Not really. More of a kind of a quick final topic to cover. Last week, my wife was sent to Kenosha, Wisconsin for work, and I tagged along with her. So, of course, while there, I had some spotted cow because I mean, that's what you do when you go to Wisconsin. But while there, I checked out the Rustic Road Brewing Company, which I'm repping the merch for. They had one of the best beers I've ever had. It's a hazelnut red ale. It's fantastic. So if you're ever in that area, check that out and try that. It's one of their staple beers that they always have on tap. So I also checked out the Public Brewing Company while I was there and didn't have a bad beer there either. But Rustic Road definitely knocked it out of the park. And in true Wisconsin fashion, as soon as we checked into our motel room, we went down to their brewery, had a beer and some cheese curds. So
Perfect. But the question is,
Very good.
Was it an IPA?
no, I actually tried that hazelnut beer. Was the first one that I had when we got there.
Local Geek is not an idiot. He would not deal in that kind of voodoo witchcraft.
The Ranger Witchcraft?
Gross. Gross.
IPA.
Gross. Howard, you want to add any final thoughts?
I mean, listen, I can't top the 4 paragraphs I just read of AI generated slop.
Not give them any more. No, we don't need any more of that.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to do that either. So let's get this thing out of here. And I just want to remind you that it's been a long road getting from there to here, and been a long time, but my time is finally near. I can feel the change in the wind right now. Nothing is in my way. They're not going to hold me down no more. They're not going to hold me down because I've got faith of the heart. Going where my heart will take me. I've got faith to believe I can do anything. I've got strength of the soul, and no one's going to bend or break me. I can reach any star because I've got faith. I've got faith. Faith in the triple B, baby. I'm still Mark Kidder. Got Bob Giggles, a.k.a. Brother Niko. JS Gunslinger, the triple B armorer. Big D, the whatever he's been delegated to this week. The local geek himself, the triple B brewmaster, and of course Howard Blues. Again, I'm still Mark Kidder. Thanks for joining us for this and every episode of Beer, Blues, and BS. Even though I've got faith in the heart, there's free beer tomorrow. You got to keep your glass at least half full, and we will see you on down that enterprising faith of the heart Tuscon Highway. Have a great one. Engage to the next episode of Beer, Blues, and BS.
You have been listening to a UA production of Beer, Blues, and BS. If you enjoyed the show, help others find out about it by rating the show or leaving a review at your podcast listening service of choice. Thanks for listening, and may your glass never be empty. UA Productions presents A Glimpse Behind the Curtain.
All right, a break between episodes.
I gotta grab some ammo.
I'm not going to lie. I brought 4 beers down here thinking I'd do 2 for each show, and I don't know that that's a good decision anymore.
Seems unwise.
Depends on what you want to be doing
four-wheel
tomorrow.
drive. Howie's going to be in four-wheel drive before the end of this episode. Okay. I'm going to throw one more beer in the freezer.
You're a brave man.
Although I have.
I don't think there was a full sentence there. Now everyone is gone. I'm just here. Oh, that's. Oh, I'm glad you said something, Kidder. I was about to do the whole, singing of all by myself.
Yeah, we know what happened last time you did that.
That was a deadly combination of number 7 and that second IPA. I am feeling it really hard.
That's why you don't buy trash.
I will say I am excited. I now have a new sound effect or clip to use whenever somebody curses with
Mr. Falcon.
Because Derek was kind enough to do the Mr. Falcon TV edit line that they used in Die Hard, and I copied that. So that last episode is going to have several Mr. Falcons throughout it. And that's a good thing, I think.
Sure.
I put some exhaust tape and some hockey tape on a suppressor, and I'm going to see if it works to keep me from burning myself. And my headset went dead, so the audio is going to be wonderful for this episode.
Listen, I think anybody who watches our content for IPA Appreciation Month watches it for the train wreck that it is. So it is about suffering and making people, laugh. So it's all good. It's all good.
On that note, I'm changing my background.
Good luck.
You guys are mean.
They're
Asshole.
mean. I'm not mean. I'm just drunk, and I'm a happy drunk. So, take that for what it will.
There we go. We need the party room.
Guess JS decided not to use smokeless powder tonight.
Oh. I did not look to my right. Well, I guess there goes all the rest of the IPAs for IPA Appreciation Month.
Just blast.
He's reenacting the incident out in the field past the airport in Grand Forks with my pre-calculus book in freshman year, because that class was horrible.
Yeah.
At the time, Farva and I were he was in the room next to me, and he had a pistol at the time, and a few of us went out to some random field, shot the hell out of some textbooks.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to do a whole Howard's Hot Take section with sci-fi shows, but I don't think I'm with it enough to run Howard's Hot Take, so we'll see what comes up.
Smoking some of the glue off of there, JS.
Yeah. I was hoping that exhaust tape would... Ow!
Mr. Falcon.
Hoping that exhaust tape would work better, but I think it needs a second wrap of exhaust tape.
Need that thing to be big and puffy.
Okay.
I don't want to get too big, but...
Or just don't mag dump the next time, maybe.
Well, I mean, that was 40 rounds.
Yeah, fair.
As soon as Kidder gets back, we'll start.
It needs to be puffy like a 90s middle school vest.
I mean, okay, granted, now, I will say that had I grabbed onto that without that tape, I would not have fingerprints anymore. So
Be like Men in Black.
this suppressor gets so ungodly hot that it's ridiculous. I did do it in the Lord's flannel just for you, Big D.
The Lord's flannel.
Okay. Whenever Kidder's
What are you,
back,
naked?
we'll start.
What are you, naked?
Oh, we had to have a uniform change.
Oh, that's right. He would do that, wouldn't he?
Make us all look like fools, like we were the same thing every week, and
Man, you guys are lame.
he's trying to keep up the illusion.
It's an optical illusion.
I'm in the party room. I'll get a party shirt. Hang
This is just his whole, sense of professionalism.
Guess I better go shirtless.
It's dedication.
Hey,
Look at you, 2009.
A difference, but it is.
This
it is
one's for
not
Howard.
very fast anymore now. But
I did like that uniform actually,
Mm-hmm.
even though it's non-traditional.
All right, let's
As is tradition.
let's get this rolling so we're not up till the crack of dawn. Here we go.
Jimi Hendrix is creeping in.
Sun's been up for 2.5 hours here, so I've already blown right through that.
Listen, man. You know, I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway,
He's
here we
talking about raging and blowing. Like, calm down, man. Desert isn't that dry.
go. Yeah. Anyway,
Well, we'll discuss that later.
Moist nipples. Continue, Howard.
You got him. You got him. Got him with the nipples.
Teddy rings.
While Howard's recovering, we literally had a temperature of 93 and a dew point of 87.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
Diving into a bunker where the heat index outside is 130. That was
That's
not a good morning.
Your sweat has
Anyway,
sweat on.
enough.
Mr. Falcon.
Yeah, the meteorological bit.
that's moist.
Eventually, we'll start this.
I'm not sober enough to moderate this show. Okay, here we go.